So let's talk about this, guys. So see here, Paul Tassi talking about this. I'm gonna talk about this discussing film tweet, which we're gonna be reading, and we're gonna be talking about this throughout this video. So let's read this tweet. To make Avatar: The Last Airbender a serialized drama, Aang would not go on many detours looking for adventures like riding the elephant koi. We essentially give him his vision of what's going to happen. He says, "I have to go with the Northern Water Tribe to stop this from happening." Shows that they are not trying to follow this source material. But let's see some other tweets and articles from other portals and for other sources. So here from IGN, IGN sat down with the team behind Netflix upcoming Avatar: The Last Airbender live action series, and they explain how they approach such a beloved franchise. Let's see, right? Let's see how they approach this. So the big Netflix Avatar: The Last Airbender produced interview. This is a remix, not a cover. Albert King and Jabba Rizani tell us about everything they can about their upcoming remix. I don't like this word, remix. I don't know why they choose it. Like, it's starting with a, yeah. So when Netflix announced that all the way back in 2018 that it was working on a live-action adaptation of the beloved Nickelodeon series, the anticipation and anxiety from fans was immense. How to improve upon what men feel imperfection, and why do it anyway? This might be like a little bit of a moment of self-awareness, but let's continue. The approach, according to showrunner Albert King and executive producer director, to taking on the pressure, I wanna see. So this article goes into detail and a lot of stuff. Where can we take the story into the new directions that still feel true to the spirit of the original? There are certain scenes that you never saw in the original, whether it's an attack of the Southern Air Temple or the Agni Kai between Ozai and Zuko, and those are things that I knew we needed to see in order to make it feel much more grounded as a live action show. I want to see they talking about the changes that many people care about. So we can see here from Paul Tassi, the Netflix Last Airbender show has cut Toph entirely. She was just mean to everyone, said the showrunner, who didn't feel her bullying personal insults translated well into the live action. They just, yeah, they just took one of the fan favorites, right? I remember seeing a compilation a few months ago, I think. Toph best moments. Toph best moments. Was yeah, she's a fan favorite. Like, guys can see this. Yeah, many. Why would they do this?
Toph. And now we're going.
You can't see.
Where's that one? I can see. That's. Let me see. That one's very.
Wouldn't
funny.
have cast it.
Let me see if I can find that. That's the funniest. This one.
I'll take the belt back.
That's okay. 20 million views, 600,000 likes. So she's pretty much one of the most popular characters in Avatar, and they are cutting her all out of the show.
Sorry.
There it is! That's what it will sound like when one of you spots it. I say
they cutting this character from the TV shows pretty much. Like, yeah, you guys can see that Toph is a fan favorite. Let's see some of the other ones. Culture Crave. Avatar: Last Airbender showrunner says they had to find a balance where their series appeals to OG fans and the people who liked Game of Thrones. It couldn't just be for kids. Like, this is kind of it was a TV show for kids, but it was fun. Yeah. So let's see here. That was another one. See, here's the thing. Avatar: Last Airbender is basically the epitome of a perfect show. So in live action remake would change for me. I'm not gonna be a what show that was. Maybe yeah, I'm gonna like this one. Don't remember much from the last half of the show. I don't think I watched the last half of the show because it didn't show on TV. I remember the first episode. It was fun. I like that action song was really catchy. So Yoongi Avatar, The Last Airbender live action looks visually great, but the more I learn about how they plan to handle characters, the more I feel like we are losing the plot and intention of source material, and the more the original creators leave this project starts to make sense. So let's see this picture. Still the same, so we decided to make Aang's narrative drive a little clearer. In the first season of the animated series, he's kind of going from place to place looking for adventures. He even says first we got to go and ride the elephant koi. Yeah, I remember this part because he's a kid, right? Are they gonna forget that part? I think he's 12 years old. Actually, he's 112 years old because he was frozen for 100 years. But he's still 12. Yeah, that the show even jokes about this because he's technically 112 years old, but he was 12 when he was frozen. Looser as Biffit cartoon. We needed to make sure that we had a drive from the start, and so that's a change that we made. We essentially give him the vision of what's going to happen in this phase. I have to get into the water. Yeah, so pretty much they had to change the plot of the show. He's gonna have the motivation arc pretty much done from the beginning of the show. Like the motivation for doing the stuff that he's gonna do is gonna be given from the start. Yeah, so there's no character development there. But yeah, let's see the other ones. And I think these are the ones that are most controversial on the show. Netflix pushed for the decision to remove Sokka's sexism to be removed from Avatar: The Last Airbender. Certain areas of Katara's character have been also removed, including some gender issues that didn't quite translate from the cartoon, which is odd to put. It is a cartoon for a live action and not the inverse. Like, how can a cartoon for kids talk about this stuff and the live action show cannot talk about? Like, does not make sense. Like, I would get it if it was the opposite. If it was like a live action that it was getting a cartoon version and they have to tone down the story or the plot or even some of the things, but it's a cartoon. Like, the cartoon can talk about this, but the live action can't. And because of this, they are gonna pretty much water down all of the character development. I remember Sokka's being like really annoying to Katara. Yeah, I remember that, and also Aang. So, like, are they gonna change? Actually, want to rewatch the show for its entirely now because of this, and I think that this is the best outcome for the Avatar fans. Pretty much is that people are gonna appreciate the original cartoon more now, and we might see a resurgence of new fans from the cartoon, because when people then I don't think that the new generation knows about this cartoon because it's relatively old, right? It's like 15 years old. So never seen, and we can see here, this is pretty much the point I'm gonna make. Never seen Avatar: The Last Airbender. All this question making me want to watch it, not because of FOMO, but because we have to show it's deeper than thought. Reactions to decisions being made in the film have me interested. And I don't have it. But let's have a read in this article. Netflix, Avatar: The Last Airbender keeps throwing endless red flags. This is from Paul Tassi. When it was announced the Avatar: The Last Airbender was getting a Netflix adaptation, everyone grooming rolled their eyes, flashing back to Mr. Night Shyamalan's failed movie attempt. So you can see the point. First, we started with the removal of Sokka's sexism, which is an important part of his character growth, as he's learned to respect powerful women over the course of the show. And the first season in particular, I feel like we took out the elements of how sexism Sokka was. I feel like there were a lot of ones in the original show that were iffy, said Katara's actress. So I don't think they should be throwing the actress under the bus like this, because I think people might send her hate because of this, but people shouldn't do that. Like, they should just not watch the show if they don't like it. So they say that they are set to be reshaping Katara's character. There are certain roles I think Katara did in cartoon that didn't necessarily also do here. I mean, I don't want to go into a lot of that, but some gender issues that didn't quite translate from the cartoon, said producer Albert Keane. this might be referring to Katara acting as maternal figure to the group. Again, hugely important of her dealing with Sokka's sexism, which was an important part of the conflict, and character growth. So we decided to make Aang's narrative drive a little clear in the first season. Okay, this is pretty much what we saw in the IGN article. So there's the thing that, yeah, so that seems like another adaptation that is not going to be good. I saw that some people were saying that One Piece was the only anime slash cartoon that got a good adaptation. I don't think we've seen a good adaptation from there, and this seems like another one. I don't get it. Some of the things that they are talking about here, like, yeah, they are pretty much watering down the character development just to go to the plot itself. I think they are widening the gap between the story to make it simpler, which is so contradictory because the cartoon has more depth than the live action, and it touches in a lot more. And I'm gonna keep an eye on this if there is any development surrounding this, especially because on Netflix we won't have information about how good this is. So that's it, guys. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you guys like the video, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. I see you guys in the next video.